Hello everybody, Danny Shea here on a Friday with the duck. We are rambling with Psychic Duck. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Good to see you. Wow, you're getting a little close to the camera. Yeah, well, I'm not drunk. You're not drunk? No. Why would you say you're not drunk? Oh, he was thinking of all the news articles that have come out. And we're looking at this administration with Jeannie Pirro decided not to indict Jay Powell, kind of let that go, let the AG take care of this crazy lawsuit about the new Federal Reserve building. And that is clearing a way for Kevin, what is his last name? I've got it written down. Walls or something? Anyway. And so, but I just thought of Jeannie Pirro tipping him, and then we've got Kegseth tipping him, and then we got Cash Patel tipping him, and we got Psychic Duck not tipping him, doing gummies. Oh, we got Joe Rogan saying, let's reclassify pot. What does Jeff Sessions think? Jeff Sessions didn't he say, good people don't smoke pot? And he was proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, where people don't do their trips on LSD. They do their trips on gummies. We do our trips in a Rambler. I hope I put a Rambler up here now. Anyway, let's get into some of the news. Let's do, here's something before we jump into it. I've been really getting a lot of messages about grounding. So this video is going to be short because I probably need to go outside and ground. So I just want to pull. So the bottom of the deck. Earth, guardian, ground. Ground. It's important. Okay, so just stick your hands in the dirt. Walk barefoot, or if you need shoes, get some shoes with leather soles on it. I've been thinking about how we don't sleep underneath the stars anymore. We don't, speaking of stars, on my other channel, I had a really, so a lot of you know I do shamanic journeying, and I put it on my other channel. I did an ET regression with Barbara Lamb, and she's been doing regressions and ET regressions for like 30 years. And so I did one with her, and Dr. Gail and Barbara Lamb and I were on Gail's channel talking about my regression. I didn't spill all the beans. They tried to get some of it out of me. It was wild. It was crazy. So if you want to look at that, go check it out. It's to me, it felt like an intense journey that was kept being directed back to, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you seeing? Because I was some kind of different person than a human. Different person. I had green skin. And I wasn't like on a roller coaster. When I get down to 3D land and think about politics, I'm on the roller coaster and I'm about, green. Yeah. So another card here. Speaking of grounding, Earth Mother. Okay. So I think we get the message. Earth Mother. Grounding. Earth Guardian. Should we do one more? Let's use the Lakota Sweat Lodge. Okay, enough. Earth. I can't believe that happened. All right, so as we take a deep breath, as we try to roll with all the craziness that's going on in the world, all the changes that are happening, focus on the positive. One of the things that we're doing that we're seeing changing real fast is what we thought we had in the government. So I encourage people when they're using their 5 Calls app, and I encourage people to use their 5 Calls app, to, when they, especially calling their Democratic representatives, tell them that when they get in power, if they get in power, number 1, election integrity. Number 2, when they get in power, you want changes just as fast as Project 2025, Stephen Miller and Pumpkinhead did. No trying to slow walk it with the way it was before, strongly worded letters. Merrick Garland trying to appear non-biased. Forget it. It needs to be biased towards freedom for everyone and a voice for everyone. Oh my God, speaking of voices for everyone, if you have not seen Jimmy Kimmel, whoa, I'm like, what the hell's going to happen there? Holy crap. I'm watching this and my jaw is on the floor. I'm going, is he going too far with this? Is someone just going to yank him off the air right away? So what he did was, so they have what is it coming up? Some dinner that normally presidents go to, and they get roasted a little bit. And so you have a comedian hosting some dinner, and I think it was when Obama gave a little jab at Trump, and Trump goes, "I'm running." I think that was that same dinner. Anyway, it was Jimmy Kimmel going, if I was hosting this dinner, this is what I would do. Wow. Wow. Did I say wow? Wow. All right, let's take a look at some things. Creating change. Creating change. As we drop into Mother Earth, imagine and ground. Imagine the change that we want from Mother Earth. The healing energy, not the wars, not the destructions, just the peace that we want. All right. Getting into the weeds. Obviously, you can't cover everything that's going on. We have a lot of MAGA folks, a lot of podcasters doing their mea culpas. It's kind of refreshing in a way, and then when you start digging into it, like the Tucker Carlson thing, when you really start digging into it a little bit more, it's just like he knows that it's so fake. It's so fake. It feels good on a surface, but if you stick your hands into the dirt and ground, it's awful. Not the earth, but what they are doing. They will flip on a dime, as Carlson has been known to do way in the past. So, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, big change, make things fast. What else is in the news that we are not listening to? Oh, everything seems to be a deflection from what is in Hunter Biden's laptop. Where is that? Where is Hunter Biden's laptop? throughout all this craziness. I mean, we're talking about the Iran war, we're talking about Ukraine, we're talking about the Epstein files, all this stuff. But where is Hunter Biden's laptop? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, let's go to Ukraine in Kegseth. This is, and they're kind of related, kind of not, but Ukraine just secured $100 and something billion from Ukraine because Hungary, they have the new guy in there, and they said we will release these funds to Ukraine, so Ukraine has $100 and something billion, and they say that will keep them going till 2029. I'm going, oh my God, please. It can't go on that long. And then they have been approved for another $100 something billion loan after that. So according to what I read, they are going to be financially okay for a while, where Russia, maybe not, because they're really struggling over there. So the thing with Kegsbrett that he did was he stopped a shipment of arms to, what was it? I have it written down. I do have notes. To Estonia. And so they were going to send them these rocket launchers, ones with the 6 rockets, and they go. And I'm like, oh, can we stop wars, please? But anyway, he said, no, I can't give you these weapons that you bought, that you contracted for, that we have a contract for in 2022, because we're in a war. And until that war is over, you can't get them. So we're going back on our promises again. So my question is, at 12:35, is how quick, speaking of things fast, how quick can we regain the trust of our allies in Europe and in the Americas? How fast, and we are such an island right now, nobody wants to deal with us. The only reason they want to deal with us is because of past commitments and attachments that they've had. And this cycle that we're in is letting go of things that no longer serve us, spiritually, physically, all that stuff, individually. And it's true for the nation. It's true for the world. What no longer serves the world? War, number one. Poverty, number two. I don't know what number 2 is. I'm not going there. I was, but I'm not going to. Psychic duck, stop me. Psychically. It's a good duck. All right. How quick can the U.S. be part of the world again with their putting back their commitments? I just feel like we're not going to be in a position that we were in before, where we could offer financial support, because our finances are so screwed up right now with our debt. And didn't the Republicans, weren't they all concerned about the debt? Yeah, we got to get the debt under control. Hey, Chip Roy, where are those tears now, Chip? He was one of the big ones on TV. Let me see, who was the only one that got rid of the debt? Was it a Republican or was it Bill Clinton? Okay. How quick will the U.S. get back to being respectable in the world and honoring their commitments? That's not a good card for this. Oh, that's a good card. Let's drop this down. Let's take a look what we get. Okay. My new case is falling apart. I just got it fixed. I'm going to have to redo it. All right, so a lot of back and forth, a lot of verbal abuse, a lot of you're not doing the right thing, you're doing too much, you're the blah, 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 blah. This just feels like the Republicans in office right now trying to point fingers at everybody else. But then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And when I said, I don't know if we're going to be able to be that comfort, that security in the world like we used to do, or we tried to do. Let me put it like that. At the base of the reading is the Five of Pentacles, loss, lack of funds, lack of money. In other decks like the Rider-Waite, it would be lack of moral clarity as well. You lost your moral compass. In the past, as it relates, is the Queen of Wands. We used to be a voice. We used to be and I know we weren't perfect, but we did have a pretty loud voice. We had a big stick. Now it's like bam, bam, bam. Potential near future, we get the Queen of Cups. That gives me chills. That we haven't talked about the Lotus, Kamala Harris, have we? Not in a while. And because we're rambling, we just may take a side trip on this. Kamala Harris, the Queen of Cups. How soon are we going to get our respectability back on the world stage? In the potential near future, it's with her, the Queen of Cups. I'm still not seeing her as POTUS, but big role, maybe. Maybe she's going to be, maybe it's not an AG, maybe it's, foreign relations or Secretary of State or something. Because we're talking about the world stage patching everything up. Who else? Who could do it better than her? Well, I mean, it's just not one person that can do this job, but she would be really good. Internally, King of Swords. It's like people are pissed. The world is pissed. What did you guys squander? Isolation in the external position, clearly shining a light on what we need to fix. Hopes and fears, the Hierophant, and the final outcome. Will we get how quick can we rebuild our relationships? Two of Pentacles. We're juggling things, and we're going to be juggling finances. It's going to be a balancing act. People, yeah, thanks for this money, but we still don't trust you. Still some rocky, rough water. A rebirth with this 8. And look at that. You got a crown on the top of the snake. So they're rebuilding what it means to, what the authority means. The hopes and fears is that it'll stay the same. That's the fear. Or it'll change. And here's the change. Balancing, juggling. Two of Pentacles. Moving into calmer waters. And it's the sadness. It's the loss. It's crying over spilled milk, crying over the Three of Cups. But there's two cups. There's two cups upright. And I mean, I think that this current administration would get on board with it, because look at all the grapes. There's going to be wine flowing. Kamala Harris. Really, 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 really. All right, I'm pulling the other deck out. I am pulling the other deck. Okay. This is my Lotus the POTUS deck. At the base of it, look what we get. All right, so Ms. Harris, what is... I was finding with Pete Buttigieg, Mayor Pete Buttigieg. He was on Colbert, I think, and Colbert was trying to get him to say, "Are you going to run for president? Are you running for president?" It was very funny. It was very funny. Okay. Kamala. What is going on? How you feeling? We haven't tapped into her energy in a while. I mean, the last time I did, it was, still in that kind of shock stage where it's like, what happened? Especially after the election, clearly, and then she kind of got her feet, and she kind of, was healing and doing some work, doing her book tour, kind of going out there, seeing what's going on. It's kind of, it just felt like she was taking care of herself more than wanting to jump back out there again. Tim Walz jumped out there again, but he wasn't as in it as Kamala Harris, I think. I think Kamala took it, obviously, a lot harder. So, maybe she had some... and when I tap into that, it feels like, she was second guessing her role as trying to smooth things over, a la Joe Biden, Merrick Garland, kind of just, let's not be too progressive. Okay, we need progressive. We need big changes fast. So Kamala Harris, what? Share with us, if you will, please. Share with us. What? I'm looking at this card. Open that cup up, Miss Harris. Let us know what you're thinking as far as your position in this fast-moving next administration, in this rebuilding. What is your position in the rebuilding of the U.S.? King of Wands. This is my overseas king card. This also could be, maybe we have a male president. Maybe. We have the Eight of Cups, walking away from sorrow. Let me drop this down and you guys can play along. So if you guys like to throw cards or pendulums, see what you guys get. King of Wands, Eight of Cups, walking away to find oneself. This is what I feel Kamala has been doing. She's been walking away from all the, oh, I wish I did this, I should have done that, I could have done this. She's walking away and she's going, okay, wait a minute. That is not, I'm done with shoulda, woulda, couldas. I'm letting that go. At the base is her strong justice card. In the past, as it relates, is the Nine of Coins. This is being just a little bit in isolation, a little bit in abundance, well, a lot in abundance, but not really interacting with many people. Tapping into her intuition with this. I think that's a hawk, a Cooper's hawk, I think. Could be a falcon, but anyway, it is it's tapping into her intuition as to what she needs to walk away from to find herself. At the top of the reading is the Magician, creating something out of nothing. And then we get the Abundance card. This card reminds me so much of the Earth, Mother Earth Guardian card. The Empress card. Maybe she will be the Empress of the US. Hard work, of course, Eight of Coins. Externally, King of Coins. This is my Pumpkinhead card. I think she is going to be really instrumental in bringing a new Earth, this Empress, putting a lot of hard work into dealing with Pumpkinhead. She's going to have a huge say in the turnaround here. Yes, moving on to calmer waters. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Just put that right up there. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. Wow, 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 wow. She's ready. She's ready to walk, to get away from this sorrow, to walk away from the sorrow, moving into calmer waters, putting in the work to deal with this energy. Queen of Cups, let's throw a couple of clarifiers. New beginning. Ooh. Ooh. The theft, the steal. Now, this can be, so I was not really going backwards in time so much. The only card that was really backwards in time is the King of Coins. Well, he's just backwards, Mr. Pumpkinhead. And walking away from the sorrow. But this is about the betrayal, about the steal. Is she going to talk about, let's just keep going with this. Is she going to talk about the stealing of votes? This is the Three of Coins. Is this a Russian influence? This is knocked down. The Nine of Wands. Oh, you guys can't see that. Knocked down, but not out. Looking at things, the Three of Wands, watching the ship come in, go out. This is overseas stuff. And the Devil. tied to the devil. It feels like she is still going to be dealing with the votes on how she got knocked down, how Russia interfered, someone overseas, and the manipulation, the tetheredness. Why am I thinking of the feline? She has the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups. Okay, I'm just going to drop it there. Lotus, Lotus, Lotus. New beginnings. New beginnings. Lotus, Lotus, Lotus. Letting go of working, dealing with the Seven of Swords. Now I wonder if, anyway, so as we read on the Queen of Cups, we are getting I'm getting a strong sense that she is going to be extremely instrumental in us moving forward. She let go of the past. She's ready to start coming out. There's going to be something. What is this Magician card? And then I'm going to go. I want to look at that Magician card with the Lotus. What is this Magician card about? What is going to be revealed in this Magician card? Some of the things that I never saw in this card, as I look at it really closely, there's a new world right there. Okay, what is it with the Magician card and Kamala Harris, the Queen of Cups? What's the relationship? Six of Coins, giving and receiving. Okay, is this a balancing out? Something fast. Two of Swords, at a crossroads. The comfort is in the past as it relates, bringing back this Ten of Cups energy with new information coming from the Page of Wands, and then dealing with defending herself, defending against all odds. You have the Knight of Cups, Knight in shining armor, with, again, the King of Wands from maybe overseas. You have the Nine of Coins in the hopes and fears. And you have the Abundance card with the King of Coins and the Seven of Swords. What is the magic connection between the Magician and Kamala Harris? What is the magic? What is the Magician connection? It feels like the sleight of hand that has been done, maybe, with the votes, will come to light very fast. And she's going to bring abundance and show that the King of Coins stole the election. Okay. And I keep getting pulled to overseas giving us information. Okay. You guys, I have been on too long. I got to get going. It is beautiful out there. It is beautiful. So thank you guys for watching. I could have read on a whole bunch of other stuff, but I didn't. But I could have, but I didn't. I am going to be gone for a few days. So I'm going to take a break from the crazy. I'm going to stick my hand in dirt. And so, be good to each other. Peace and love.